There seems to be an issue where no matter what you do, no matter how you really market your business, there's always a disconnect. You see, now, if you're in the home service industry and you're running Facebook ads and you feel like what you're running isn't really resonating with the audience, there's a couple reasons why. Before we actually get into that, it's really important for you to understand why it's so important. If you were able to figure out exactly how to resonate with your ideal clients, it has everything to do with biblical principles. It does not matter whether you believe in Jesus or whatever you believe in. Reality is, if you were to follow the principles that Jesus taught, you will be abundant. This video, I'm going to show you exactly what I walk through with my clients. First, we identify your ideal client profile. Second, we create an offer that resonates with that ideal client profile. The third thing we do is we build a short 15-second video script that includes our whole pitch. With that being said, let's get right into it. All right, guys, before we get started, I want to be completely transparent and I want to just show you guys exactly what this process looks like. Okay, this is the whole map. This is the frame. And this is exactly how you're going to be able to pinpoint exactly who you're trying to target and speak directly to their subconscious so that they respond to your ad and actually book and then close. Because that's what we're looking for, right? We just want something that brings people in and they close the job. That's all we want. We don't care about getting a million leads and none of them close, right? So with that being said, this is broken down in 3 simple phases. Phase 1 is essentially creating an offer by identifying an ICP, an ideal client profile. We are going to basically map exactly who we're trying to target in the marketplace. And then from there, we're going to cook up an offer for them, something that directly solves their pain points. Yes, people want a kitchen remodel, but why do they want a kitchen remodel? They want to flex next Christmas. So when the family comes over, they're like, whoa, this is insane, right? Or a lot of people just want to sell the house and they know that a remodel is going to add more back-end value to it. And so whatever that pain point is, we're going to be able to discover what it is and talk to that specific person in order to truly solve that pain point. And then the third step is going to be actually delivering this packaged ICP and offer creation the right way so that it actually lands in front of the person that you're actually targeting. Okay, so those are the 3 phases. Now, I want to preface this with this. If you are not actually ready to grow, if you're not willing to start taking some leaps of faith here and actually start testing things, this video is not for you, my friend. You're not going to be successful, right? At least anytime soon until you make that decision internally. So I want to preface this. If you're not going to watch this whole video, don't even start because you're going to leave more confused than when you came in. So if you're going to watch this video, watch it till the end because the end is where the sauce is given. All right, so I should have made this a webinar, but you know what? I'm just going to give it all for free because that's what we do, right? So phase 1, creating an offer that magnetizes your dream client. Magnetizes, attracts them towards you, right? No more chasing. Okay, so who do you serve? That is defining your ideal client customer, right? What service makes the most sense for you, right? What do you want? What do you want? As the business owner, what do you want to do? What's the most profitable service that you could offer that you actually enjoy doing? What transformations do they want, the actual client? What's their dream outcome? What's the perceived likeliness of success, right? Like proof, guaranteed social proof. If you're not showing, for example, if you're doing remodeling, if you're not showing your clients a complete realistic rendering of the kitchen remodel, why should they go with you? I wouldn't want to go with you. I don't want to play any guessing games. I wouldn't want to assume that we have the same style and aesthetic. I want to see what it's going to look like, right? And the next thing, how fast do they get results? Sure, you can give me the most beautiful kitchen remodel, but if it takes 3 months, I don't want to do it. It's that simple. How much effort and sacrifice is involved for them, the actual client that you're serving? Do they have to eat out for the next 2 months? Right? This is all things to take into consideration. What bonuses or guarantees amplifies your value? This is basically just, I'm not going to say that because that's inappropriate, but it's basically really identifying your confidence points and displaying it to the marketplace. What I was going to say is putting your balls on the table, but whatever. You get my point. And then the offer name, actually creating an offer that brings all that stuff that we just talked about into one offer name, right? And so it starts with step 1. Who do you serve? Who's your ICP, your ideal client profile? So we have demographics, we have psychographics, and then pain points and triggers. Let's start with the demographic.
What age range do they fall under? Are they in their 30s, 40s, 50s? Are they retired? Do they actually own their home? How long have they lived there? Are they first time homeowners? 10 plus years? What's their income range? Is it 100K, 150K, 200K? Side note, medium, average to average income homes are the easiest people to sell, at least for remodels. What's their family structure? Are they married with kids, empty nesters, living alone, right? Final demographic example, our ideal client is married homeowner in their 40s, making 150K plus a year. They've lived in their home for 10 plus years and they are ready for a remodel. Okay. Second thing, psychographics. What do they want? What's their dream outcome? Luxury kitchen, a bigger bathroom, higher home value, right? What do they value most? Is it looks? Is it functionality? Is it ROI? Is it durability? Minimum disruption? All things to take into consideration. And by the way, I want you to be taking notes of this stuff. Take notes, pause the video, go back, write this stuff down, create this chart within your own environment right now so you can look back and actually reflect on this. These are all great questions to ask yourself right now, but actually sit down and ask yourself these questions. We go through this with all of our clients during the onboarding process. But number 3, what's their biggest fear? Hiring the wrong contractor. Maybe they've been burned before, getting scammed, delays, hitting costs, paying something that they didn't know was going to come up, right? And how do they make buying decisions? Do they research for months? Do they ask friends? Do they buy quickly? Identify how they actually act in the marketplace. What kind of consumer are they? Right. So for an example of a psychographic summary is they want a luxury kitchen that makes their home feel modern. They value high-end finishes and want a contractor they can trust. They're worried about hitting cost and delays. Makes reasonable sense. Next thing is going to be pain points and triggers. Why they buy. What causes somebody to pull the trigger? What even pushes them for a remodel? A new baby, new outdated, or home is outdated, preparing for selling their home, insurance claim. All these things take into consideration once again. What's their past experience with remodelers? Bad contractors, overpriced, took too long. You might be asking yourself, why is that even important? If you start off your video, homeowners, are you tired of dealing with contractors who just blah, 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 pain point, pain point? You're going to resonate with a very specific kind of person. Going on to number 3, what objections do they actually have before hiring? Is it a budget thing? Is it a trust thing? Is it a timeline thing? Decision paralyzed. Does a decision-making process make them paralyzed? And how can you actually smoothen out that process? Now, I'll tell you this. After being in the sales game for so long, there's only 3 real objections. It's time, money, or value. Everything else is just a smokescreen. And so we actually teach you, if you're one of our clients, how to boil down one of those pain points and actually deal with those objections one-on-one. And we actually do pre-handling objections too, but besides the point. This is an example. They just had a second child and need more space. Their kitchen is outdated and it doesn't fit their lifestyle. They had a bad experience with past remodelers who overcharged them. Pretty reasonable. And you'd be surprised how many people go through this. And if you're a contractor, you know this, right? Second thing, step 2, what service makes the most sense for you, right? Dude, I don't want to be out here painting freaking 90 square foot offices or rooms or closets for the rest of my life. That's just not profitable. It's not scalable, especially if you are doing one remodel and you get 30 grand, 25 grand, walking away with 9 grand profit, right? Depending on who you are. If I could just land 6 remodeling jobs a month, some people are doing that in a week. That's very healthy. A very handsome amount of numbers you're dealing with there. So profitability, what brings in the most money? So ask yourself this question. Which of these services have the highest profit margins? Kitchens, bathrooms, basements, home, the whole home remodel, attics, basements, right? Second thing, which service consistently brings your best paying clients? Is it luxury models? Is it locations? Is it referrals? How do you actually achieve the client who doesn't give you that headache while you're working? We all know that client who just stays there and watches you work. We don't want to work with those guys, right? Number 3, which services have the least pricing objections from clients? Easiest to sell. That's what we want. I don't care how good your sales are. Nobody wants to deal with somebody who's hard to sell. People see value right away. How can we identify people who see value right away? I'm about to teach you. Number 4, final profitability summary. Example, kitchen remodels have the highest margins and bring in luxury clients who value quality over price. Very reasonable. Second thing within this, efficiency and scalability. What's the easiest way to deliver? The first thing, which services take the least amount of time to complete? Small versus large projects. Sometimes large projects are easy because you just sub it all out and you can on to the next job, right? Which services require the least amount of labor and material headaches? Minimal. Subcontracting, fewer supplies, fewer delays. Very risky, depending on who your subs are. Number 3, which services can you systemize and repeat easily? Almost like productizing your service-based business, right? Something you can streamline, reduce operational drag, reduce the calling this guy, calling that guy, we all know how it is, right? Final efficiency summary. Bathroom remodels are the fastest to complete, require fewer materials and don't involve structural changes. You don't have to be pulling permits. Depending on what state you're in, that's a headache right there, right? And a little side note, if you didn't know this, you can actually pull permits with the homeowner. But regardless, personal fit. What do you actually enjoy? If you don't enjoy what you do, you're not going to be able to last in this game, because there's people out here who love dealing with clogged toilets. And if you love dealing with that, man, I'm sorry, you're just going to be a different kind of dog in this game, right? I haven't met that guy, but I'm sure I'll bump into him one day. So the first thing, what services do you personally enjoy working on? Kitchens, high-end remodels, custom builds? What services align with your long-term vision? What do you want to be known for? When somebody talks about remodeling in your city, your name should be the first one to pop up. That's what you're building with the brand. Something that sells on your behalf. When you're sleeping, sales are being made, reputation is being built, and your brand is only increasing. What services align with your long-term vision? Oh, I just read that. Number 3, which services give you the least amount of stress and the most amount of fulfillment? What makes you like take a bunch of pictures and just sit there with your arms crossed and like, damn, that's a beauty, right? Those are the jobs you want to do, man. That brings you fulfillment, and you're excited for the next one to come. Final personal fit summary box. And this is just an example. I enjoy full home remodels because I love seeing the complete home transformation, and high ticket clients are more trusting. No true words have ever been said, right? So the third step, what do they really want? What is their dream outcome, right? So the dream outcome, surface level desires. What do they think they want? For example, a lot of people think they just want a new sink that's going to make their bathroom look brand new. But really what they need to do is take this wall down, add a walk-in shower there, and do this and that, right? So what do they think they want? And this is going back to the client. What type of remodels are they asking for? Kitchen, bathroom, whole home? What features do they mention first? New cabinets, open layout, high-end finishes? What's on the top of their mind? What problems are they trying to fix? Not enough space, bad layout, outdated design, right? Final surface level summary. They want a kitchen remodel with an open layout and a high-end finishes because their current space feels outdated and cramped. Very realistic. Now, emotional and psychological desires, what they really want. This is under that layer of what they think they want. And it's your job to help them understand what they really need, right? How do they want to feel after the remodel? Proud, successful, relaxed, less stressed? All things to take into consideration. Number 2, what status or identity shift does the remodel give them? Luxurious, modern, a better host, more social, more inviting? Listen, man, we all want to be that guy at Thanksgiving who has a badass home. That's just the truth. And if you don't, then there's something wrong with you. Number 3, what frustration or insecurities are they trying to fix? Are they embarrassed by their home? Right? They feel like their home doesn't reflect their success. They need to match their environment. After COVID, people started doing crazy amount of remodels, right? So example, they don't want a kitchen. They want to feel proud when guests visit, like their home reflects their success. Right now, they feel embarrassed about their outdated space. And guess who they call? They call a friend, actually. They don't scroll on Facebook. They call a friend, and that friend, you know what they do? They refer them to the guy who's winning in the space. And that's going to be you if you listen to this video. Life impact, how it changes their daily life, right? How your services changes their daily life. How will this remodel make their life easier? Less clutter, more functionality, faster morning routine, right? How will their family or social life improve? More family dinners, better hosting space, more connection. Number 3, what will they gain besides just a nicer home? Less stress? Is it more free time? A home that finally feels complete to them and actually matches their success level? An example of this is after this remodel, they'll finally have the space where they can host family gatherings without stress. Cooking will be enjoyable again, and instead of frustrating, Instead of frustrating, they'll love how their home feels every single day. Everybody likes that feeling. When you walk into an Airbnb and it's just really nice, everybody likes that feeling. Imagine that was their home. That's what you want to communicate to them, right? Very important stuff. Now, number 4, perceived risk. Case studies guarantee social proof. This is how you're going to mitigate risk. That little devil that sits on their left shoulder saying, oh, but that's risky because remember Janet, she, blah, 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 blah. This is how you eliminate that within the actual market of the homeowners. Proof, demonstrating real success stories. What proof do you have that your remodels deliver results? Past projects, case studies, before and after photos, all very powerful. What measurable results can you showcase? Increased home value, faster project completion times, lower maintenance costs. Very important. Everybody wants a badass kitchen, but if it's expensive to maintain, it doesn't make sense in the next 8 years, it doesn't make sense, right? How can you visually show your quality? Video walkthroughs, time-lapse footages, testimonials with photos. One thing I didn't even add here, 3D renderings. Even if you're just doing painting, show the client, like grab a kid who's good at Photoshop and be like, yo, take this house and make it look like brand new in this color. Show it to your client. They're going to be like, whoa, that's what my house could look like? The power of visualization. Final proof summary. We showcase before and after transformations, client testimonials, and case studies proving our remodel increased home by 15 to 20%. This stuff makes me so hyped because this is so valuable. On to the next thing. Guarantees, lowering risk for the client within using guarantees. What guarantees can you offer to reduce risk? One-time completion? Is it fixed pricing? No payment until job is done? Very powerful. How can you back up your guarantee? Warranties, money back offers, industry certifications. How can you back it up? What would make hiring you feel like a zero risk decision? Can you offer a performance guarantee? Will you compensate for delays? Do you have a warranty? Right? Final guarantee summary. We offer a no payment until job completion. Policy under $100 a day delay compensation guaranteed to ensure confidence in our work. Janet, look, I know you said you needed this in 3 weeks. We could get it done in 3 weeks. And for every day that we're late, we give you $100 in cash. Put that on paper. They're going to be like, whoa, these guys are different. These guys are different. Social proof, leveraging trust and credibility from others. This is the most powerful one. What social proof do you have that builds trust? Google reviews, video testimonials. If you can get video testimonials, your life is set forever. If you can get video testimonials, your life is set forever. Okay? Before somebody goes with you, before they call you, guess what they're doing too? Google reviews. They're looking at your website. And if they go check out your website and they see a video testimonial, and not just one, but 5 or 6, you're going to the moon. How can you highlight the most satisfied clients? Via video testimonials, messages, email receipts. This is all possible. This is easy. How can you show industry credibility? Award certifications, media features, partnerships. Very powerful. Example, we have 50 plus 5-star Google reviews, multiple video testimonials, and have been featured in local news or trade magazines or this or that or the city parade, something like that. Very powerful stuff. Now, this is the last step, right? And I would read you guys this, but you could see if you can screenshot this and read it because it's important, but we got to get through these, right? So going back to number 1 here, number 5, how fast do they get results? Speed equals perceived value because you know what you're doing. It builds confidence that you're not guessing. This is a process for you. This is easy. Project completion, how long will this take? What is your estimated timeline for completion? How long does a typical project take? Weeks, months? How can you make your timeline feel faster without overpromising? The last thing you want to do is overpromise and underdeliver. That's how people see you as low quality. Clear milestones, daily updates, quick approvals. Which potential delays do clients fear? And how do you prevent them? Supply chain permits, unreliable workers. How are you going to delay that or fight that? Example, we complete kitchen remodels within 6 to 8 weeks with weekly progress updates and guaranteed milestone check-ins to keep this project moving fast. That's money, man. That's money. Start time and urgency. How soon can you begin? If I fill out this quote, how soon can I get this? Speed kills. How soon can you start after signing? Next week? 30 days? Immediately? It all depends. How can you create urgency to take action now? Limited spots, seasonal demand, special pricing for early bookings, all plays a part within your offer. What guarantees can you offer to reinforce your speed? On-time guarantee, $100 a day compensation for delays, like we said up there. All very important. Final urgency and start time summary. We begin projects within 14 days of signing, and we guarantee an on-time finish, or we pay you $100 a day for the delays. Very crazy. So how do you remove delays? So reducing friction. Like I said, that little devil talking in their ear. How can we take that out? Well, what friction points slow down the process, and how can you remove them? Decision paralysis, permits, finance delays. If they don't have money, do you offer payment structuring with good APRs, right? Number 2, how can you make it feel effortless for them to get started? Pre-selected designs, fast approvals, concierge style service, right? What's the next immediate step for them to move forward? Schedule a call, book in a home estimate, sign paperwork. Guys, I hope you're taking notes. This is insane. This is next level. Nobody's doing this. Is your competition doing this? No. And that's why they're not your competition. Because if they were doing it, then it's competing. If we're creating a moat, I hope to God you are taking notes. Number 4, this is the summary. We eliminate delays with pre-selected material options, direct permit handling, and easy financing so clients can start immediately with no stress. Easy. This is all within your script, right? Next thing is number 6. How much effort sacrifice for clients, reducing friction and objections? How much do they have to put on their end, right? So client involvement, how much work do they have to do on their end? If they could just pay and things are done within 14 days, that's the most ideal thing you could do, right? So what decisions do clients have to make, and how can you simplify them? Material selection, design choice, budget decisions. How can you reduce overwhelm in the process? Pre-selected packages, very, very, very important you do that. Have things labels and package, it almost productizes your service, right? Number 3, how much communication is required from the client? Daily check-ins, weekly updates, minimal involvement. Break things down in payments, in stages, so they can actually receive it real time on their phone. Ooh, they just finished the sink. Ooh, they just did this, right? Final summary, we handle everything from permits to material selection, so homeowners only make 3 key decisions during the process, reducing stress and overwhelm to build a custom feel, right? Next thing, living situation. How disruptive is the remodel? A lot of people complain about this. How will they need to live their home at any point? Is it going to be a partial move out, temporary kitchen setup, workaround solutions? This is very key. Nobody wants to feel like they're living with the people working on their house. What strategies can you use to minimize disruptions? Noise reductions, dust barriers, faster work schedule, easy cleanup routine. How do you help them maintain normal life during remodel? Weekend work zone commitment, temporary setup solutions. We got one guy right here. He actually gives the client, when he starts the job, unexpectedly, he gives them a $500 gift card so their family can go and eat out every single day. That's baller. That's insane. We set up a temporary kitchen space, use dust containment systems, and offer weekend work to keep disruptions minimal. Very cool, man. This is high level stuff, man. Payment financing. How easy is it to actually afford this and get it done? What payment plans or financing options do you offer? Low monthly payments, 0% interest financing, stage payments. I will say this, guys. You want to make sure that you are getting paid the full amount. You don't want to break it within your company. Use a third party. So they owe the bank something, so you don't have to go and chase people down, right? They pay the third party pays you in full. You have that money and you can leverage it to create more business for yourself and walk away with more profit. Obviously, pay your guys, all very important. How do you eliminate pricing objections, upfront cost breakdowns, fixed pricing guarantees, and no surprise fees? What is the simplest way for them to say yes? Soft credit check, quick approval process, no large upfront payments. Look, if you're a roofer, you can leverage the government. All right, everybody knows that. We offer 0% interest financing with low monthly payments, plus a fixed pricing guarantee so that there are no surprise costs. Let's go, bro. Let's go. So number 7, how can we amplify the value stacking perceived value? We want to value stack. That is the most important thing you could do, is freaking stack your value. You promise on one thing and then you stack on more value, the perceived value goes up. That's how it works. Core offer enhancements. How can we make the service feel bigger, right? What extra service can you include at no extra cost? 3D renderings, deep cleanings after the projects, premium material upgrade, right? What small add-ons would you actually include to make a big difference to the clients? So under cabinet lighting, that's very like that modern look that almost everybody wants, right? Smart home features, soft closed drawers. How can you make your offer feel more premium without actually increasing the cost? So exclusive VIP service, extended warranties, personalized design, consultations. Somebody actually goes out to their house and gives them a breakdown, right, on what looks good. An actual legit person who knows what they're doing. Every remodel includes a free 3D rendering, a complimentary deep clean after the project, and an exclusive 10-year warranty, giving homeowners premium value at no extra cost and 100% peace of mind. Oh my gosh, bro. Who was going to say no to this? Risk reversal guarantees. How to remove the fear of buying, right? How do you remove that? Everybody know. I like the quote. I just need to think about it. Or let me talk to my wife. Or I'll call you back. Let me look this over. I'll call you back. Guess what? Do you ever hear back from them? Yeah. You should probably watch this video then. What is the biggest risk homeowners worry about? Poor quality work, delays, overpaying, hitting costs? Think about that. What is the biggest risk? If you can actually answer this question right here, you're going to be ahead of 99% of the people. The biggest risk for most people is overpaying or someone over delivering. Over promising and under delivering, right? How can you eliminate their biggest fear, right? How can you offer a strong promise that makes it feel like a no-brainer? If you're not happy, we fix it for free, one time, or we pay you. This is the final summary. We guarantee on-time projects completions, or you pay $100 a day for delays, $100 per day for the delays. Plus, our fixed pricing promise ensures you'll never pay $1 more than you expected. That's high-level stuff, man. So the next thing is urgency and scarcity. Why should they act now? Why not push this off for another 2 months? This is a pre-handling objection, by the way. So let's get through it. What can you do to create urgency without fake scarcity? Seasonal pricing. Oh my, by the way, fake scarcity is the corniest thing you could do. Please don't do fake scarcity. People can read you like a book. Only 3 more people. Please don't ever do that. Please don't ever do that. How can you encourage? I'm thinking about all the ads I've seen recently. Oh my gosh. All right. How can you encourage actions without discounting your value? Exclusive early access pricing, special upgrades for fast action. You want to implement this. Number 3, what real world limitations make your offer time sensitive? Limited labor. You got to be careful with that one, right? Order deadlines for materials, project scheduling. Very careful with this. You don't want to build fake scarcity. People can read you like a book. You'll be surprised. We only take 3 new remodel projects per month, and the material costs are rising next quarter. So locking in your project now ensures your best pricing and prior to scheduling. If you have an AI saying this on your ad, it's not going to come off as genuine. But if you're actually the homeowner, or not the homeowner, the business owner, and you're actually saying this with the phone, like actually like saying it, and you're being genuine, like you actually mean it, people's intuition is going to pick it up, and they can tell you're actually telling the truth. If you're going to do it, at least be authentic about it. Don't lie. Lying's a sin, right? Offer name, magnetic formula, magnetic marketing formula, right? This is how we're going to bundle it all up in a name, in a phrase, right? Core value hook. What makes the offer irresistible? Well, what's the number 1 most exciting outcome of this offer? Is it luxury living, no hassle remodeling, best pricing guarantee? And by the way, whatever you choose is what you're going to attract, the type of client. What makes this offer feel bigger than a remodel? Stress-free experience, a transformation, not just a construction, right? Not a construction, but a consultation, a transformation. Number 3, how can we make the name imply exclusivity? Only available for the select homeowners, high-end limited spots. You got to have, again, my phrase, big balls to actually market that way. You're going to have a very upfront, large cost per acquisition, but the people who do come through that pipeline, once you close one person, and even if that lead costs like $600, dude, once you get buy into their network by them giving you referrals, you just bought into a very wealthy network. Very wealthy. You add them to your email list. You don't scam them with it, like send scammy emails. You actually provide value. You just got bought into a very wealthy network. Example, a white-gloved, hassle-free remodel that turns your home into a luxury masterpiece without the actual or the usual stress or hidden costs. Guys, I may not be reading correctly because I'm absolutely cracked on caffeine right now, and it's like midnight, right? So unique name angle. How do we make it stand out? How can we name it to sound like a system, not a service? Everybody likes to buy systems because they know it's repeatable. And systems, you know what systems don't have? Failures. Services leave room for guessing. Okay? Systems is a plug and play. Everybody likes to plug and play because they know what they're going to get, and it's a walkthrough process. You've done it a million times. Systems almost imply like professionalism, like, yo, I've been in this game, like this is my system, right? Blueprints, methods, signature process, right? This is our blah, blah, blah process. Systemize everything you do, man. Can we make it sound proprietary? The 3-step luxury model process, the dream home transformation blueprint. So I just said, right? What words make it feel fast, easy, or high end? Effortless, elite, VIP, accelerated, done for you. Now be careful because you don't want to sound like everybody else in the market. Use ChatGPT for this. Or if you're like me, use Holy Spirit because, I mean, that's my ChatGPT these days anyway. Example, the signature remodel blueprint, a proven stress-free system to transform your home with high-end craftsmanship. Easy money, right? Easy money. So naming your actual framework, proven formulas that work. The done for you name. Done for you name. The stress-free remodel plan, the effortless upgrade system, etc., etc. If you want it to seem like it's effortless, like an effortless system, right? The proprietary method, the luxury home accelerator, the master remodel formula. And you want to integrate more of like, you still want it done for you stuff like renderings, free 3D renderings and stuff like that. The high result name, the dream home fast track, the premium living upgrade, right? Guys, these are all made on ChatGPT. But homeowners don't know that, right? And it's powerful. It works. So this is the final thing. The elite home transformation system, the fastest, most effortless way to upgrade your home with zero stress. This is insane. I can't believe I'm giving up all this stuff for free, man. So that's 8. Those are the 8 steps, right? And this is how I want to create your final offer. If you're a client of mine, we would actually walk through this together. But you know, obviously you can't do that. That'd be too much sauce. But you want to label down all the actual statements you've put, like the top statements that resonate with you and who you're trying to attract. And you want to just list them out here. It doesn't have to be only 8, and it doesn't have to be 8 total, but 8 is typically the number that you want to stick with. And then you want to merge that into one. You can leverage ChatGPT for this, right? Or Grok AI. That's Elon Musk AI, right? Use that, leverage it to create your offer name, and don't do nothing tacky, or add your own twist to it. Add the kind of the ideal client profile that you want to actually attract. And by the way, guys, if you actually want to work with me, DM me on Instagram or even just comment on this video and I'll see how we can exchange information and hop on a free call. I'll probably offer some kind of like free consultation call or something like that at the end of this video, but I'm not, who cares? FaceTube. Turning your offer into job generating announcements. So the hook is 3 to 5 seconds, right? Get their attention fast. That is the most important thing. The most important thing, it doesn't matter what you're offering. That first 3 seconds, if you're not hooking them in, it doesn't matter what you're offering, they've already scrolled. So what's going to hook that person to stick around for the actual following, minute? Or in my case, I like to keep ads within 15 to 30 seconds, right? Value stack, 5 to 10 seconds. Show why you're the best choice. Not why you're the best, because everybody says they're the best, but show why you're the best choice for their specific pain point, their specific desired outcome, right? In one strong sentence, explain your remodeling service. Why your remodeling service is different, not better. Ready? Different is better than better. Think about that. Replay that. Let it really sink in. Video testimonials, 10 to 13 seconds. Prove that you deliver. If every single time you close a client and the person is visually happy and you sit there and ask them if you can interview them or sit them at their island in their brand new remodeled kitchen and you say, Oh, how'd you like our service? If you could rate it from 1 to 10, how would you rate it? Blah, blah, blah. 10, 15 seconds and it's over. You're going to have people selling on your behalf because nobody cares what you want to say. People want to hear about other people that have been in their shoes before. Those are the words that actually carry value, that carry weight, right? So soft call to action, 13 to 15 seconds, make it easy to say yes. Tell them exactly what they do next. Low pressure, no risk. If you're just interested in possibly looking at some solutions to get your blah, blah, blah desired outcome and actually not deal with pain point, click learn more. And on the learn more, make it simple, right? How? Simplicity. I'm not even going to get into that. How to get a great video testimonial, even if you don't have one yet. No idea how to get video testimonials? Here's a simple way. Find a past happy client. Start with people who left a 5-star review. Reach back out to them. Make it easy. Offer to record it for them or give them 3 simple questions. What problem did you have before hiring us? How was the remodeling experience? And how do you feel about your home right now at this second? Keep it short and keep it real. Just 1 or 2 sentences is all you need. That's all you need. Put it on your website. You can actually put videos in your Google profile now, and you can use it for your ads. By the way, when people click on your ads before they actually put in their information, they'll stalk you. Of course, that's what you do. That's what I do, right? So that's phase 2 right there. How to actually leverage the testimonials. The hook, first 3 to 5 seconds, step 1 out of 5. Boom. What's the biggest, most painful problem your dream client has? Is it frustrated with outdated kitchens, embarrassed to host guests, right? Number 2, how can you make this feel urgent and emotionally charged, guys? I'm getting actively charged up as I'm talking about this because there's so much value. If your kitchen feels stuck in the past, you are losing home value every single day, right? How can you say it in a way that stops their scroll? A bold statement, a question, a shocking fact. Did you know that outdated kitchens lose 5% value on a year-to-year? Blah, blah. You could pull this up, right? Ask ChatGPT, what's a shocking fact that will inspire a homeowner to take action about an outdated kitchen? Bro, if you put in that prompt right now, you'd be surprised. Okay, now give me 20 more examples. Still stuck with an outdated kitchen? It's killing your home's value and you know it. Obviously, this is just too simple. The value stack, 5 to 10 seconds. Why you? Why you specifically, right? What's the biggest transformation your remodel delivers? Luxury upgrade, more space, a stress-free remodel, right? Number 2, what makes your remodel unique and risk-free? Fixed pricing, done for you process, 100-day delay guarantee. Do we pay for your meals? Do we do a free deep cleaning? What is it? How can you state this in one powerful sentence? Think of this as your signature promise. This is what makes your promise, right? For example, for one of our biggest clients, he says, you don't pay until the job is done. That's big baller stuff, bro. You ain't ready for that. Maybe you are. If you work with me, then you definitely are. Bro, imagine getting a $50,000 job done and you don't pay a cent until it's completely done. Bro, that's leverage. But that's not smart because that's why you're here, bro. With your VIP remodel experience, you get a stress-free luxury upgrade backed by your own time guarantee. Or we pay you $100 a day. Just an example. The reason why I'm repeating that a lot is because it actually works, right? And a lot of times you can add that to the contract, but if you're 5 days, right, like over the date for whatever reason, that's only $500. So you're making what, $25,000 revenue on the job. Like, it's not the biggest deal, but the amount of trust you gain with that is insane. 3 out of 5. Step 3 out of 5. Video testimonials, 10 to 13 seconds, real client proof, right? How can you have a past client willing to share their experience? If yes, move to the next step. If not, see the section below on how to get one, right? So read this. What's the most powerful part of their experience? Stress-free, finished on time, low the transformation, and go back to those questions that I asked you. When you actually get someone to say yes to give you a video testimonial, go back and ask them those 3 simple questions. Makes it so easy for them. And tell them to record it. Easy. How can they say it in 1 to 2 sentences? It should feel natural, real, and emotional, not scripted, obviously, right? Don't get fake testimonials. Don't get fake testimonials. Don't be like, Mom, can you record me a testimonial? Don't do that. People can see right through that. It's not good. Please don't do that, right? And you're not telling the truth. It's just not going to be good for you, I promise you. We hired, you know, we hired crown contractors to remodel our kitchen, and we couldn't be happier. The process was so smooth, and the final result completely transformed our homes, right? Absolutely fire. You probably want to put more emotion. More emotion is good. Like, maybe not crying, but you get the point. Step 4 out of 5, soft call to action, 13 to 15 seconds. Tell them what to do next. Tell them what to do. You'd be surprised. People don't know what to do, man. Click learn. That's why I see click learn more to find out if you qualify, or go here and see if you have to tell people what to do. Because most people can figure it out, but they don't want to. They're going to be like, oh yeah, maybe I should click learn more. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. How can you make taking the next steps feel effortless? No obligation, free consultation, fast process, free estimate within 24 hours, right? How do you create urgency without being pushy? Limited spots, price lock, free bonus. Be careful with that once again. You don't want to come off as like thirsty. So it's the last thing you want to do if you actually want to attract high-paying clients. We'll only take 3 models per month. Click learn more below to lock in your free consultation before spots fill up. See what your kitchen will look like with our free 3D rendering in 24 hours. Yo, even if they don't close, you put them in an email list and you provide value within 6 months. When they want to remodel, guess who they're going to call? Easy money, easy money, easy money. Step 5 out of 5, how to get the best video testimonial for remodelers who don't have one yet, right? So find your happiest clients, reach out to them, and basically get them to start yapping about you with those 3 questions. Make it easy for them. Oh, and by the way, you could post this on YouTube and make a YouTube channel just on testimonials. People will find it and actually contact you, right? Step 2, make it easy for them, or on Zoom. Very smart. If they record it for themselves, give them a simple 3-question guide, the one that I actually showed you guys above, and keep it short and natural, 10 seconds max. All right. Step 3, guide them with the 3 simple questions. Boom, 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 boom. Screenshot that, right? Write that down. Keep that for yourself, right? Boom. Next one. Example of final result. Before working with crown contractors, our kitchen was outdated and we were nervous about hiring the wrong contractor. But the process was so smooth and easy, and they finished on time with no hidden costs. I want to reword that. We absolutely love our new space, and it was totally worth every penny. They even showed us what it would look like before, so we knew exactly what to expect. And Michael was super handsome, right? No one's actually ever said that, but maybe soon. Converting interest into actions like Jesus. Yo, but this is controversial. This is very controversial. Look, I don't care what religion you are and what you follow, but the best salesman was Jesus Christ. When you talk about conversion rate, what was his conversion? He's still selling till this day, right? He's not selling you. He's not actually selling you something, but he's converting people, right? So how can we actually convert people like Jesus? Number 1, the authority-based greetings. First 5 seconds, start the call with confidence and authority. No weak, how can I help you? Yo, if you're a receptionist, or if you are answering the call with blah, 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 how can I help you? Bro, you're just like everybody. You don't stand out. You don't stand out. You got to be different, right? Make them feel comfortable and in good hands, right? We actually have an AI that answers the phone for people, and it's very cool. Maybe I'll make a separate video on that. Let me know if you want me to make a video on an AI receptionist, how to install that into your business. That's actually a pretty cool idea. Control uncertainty, setting the frame for 10 to 30 seconds within the video. Guide the conversation from the start. Don't wait for them to lead. Take action. Actually lead. Leaders lead from the front. Ask the right questions to make them feel understood and get them talking. Get them talking about their pain points and their dream outcome, right? Step 3, discovery. Uncovering the real motives. 30 to 90 seconds in. Find out why they actually want to remodel. It's never just, I want to remodel, right? Make them feel heard, understood, and excited, and not just like they're placing an order, right? And by the way, this is you answering the phone, right? Or reaching out to them because they showed interest on the actual ad, right? And you're calling them back, right? Handling hesitation, overcoming smoke screens, 90 to 120 seconds in. Pre-handle objections before they even come up, right? So there's no resistance. If they hesitate, guide them back to the real motivation instead of arguing. Yeah, but I just wanted a quote. Yeah, I completely understand, but what was your timeline on actually getting pain point fixed so that you could dream state? Guide them. Yo, you guys have to be 100% willing to serve this person at the highest level. right? We don't have time for arguments. I know contract, you know what? That's another story. We'll do a story time on crazy experiences. Number 5, locking in the appointment. Final 30 seconds. Make bookings and the consultation feel natural and easy. Not a big decision, right? This should feel like, oh my God, where have you guys been? I needed this, right? Leave them feeling confident, excited, and assured so they actually show up, right? Of course. So, first step within this, the authority-based greeting. Set the tone. This is so important. By the way, when you meet somebody for the first time and they make their perceived value of like who they think you are, it's very hard to change that. Once they actually come up with, okay, this is this type of person, that's that, right? So the first 5 seconds, arguably even the first 3 seconds, is how you're able to build credibility within that person, right? Very important. This is for your branding as well. So how do you answer the phone confidently, positioning yourself as an expert? No weak, how can I help you openings, set authority immediately. Step 2, what's the best way to immediately create trust and control without sounding overly formal? Friendly but professional. Make them feel like they're in good hands. And this comes through testing. This depends on your personality type, right? Who's answering the phone? Where do you live? Is there lingo, right? Like, all comes to play. And by the way, we'd be filling this out right now together if you're my client. Again, if you want to see how we could do this for you, just click the link in the description, I think. I'll probably add it there and you could book a call. Anyways, what's the best way to immediately create trust and control without sounding over formal? Well, that's exactly what I just said, so I won't reread that again. What should you say first to get them talking and engaged right away? Man, open-ended natural greeting that puts them at ease, right? And again, this depends on like where you live and what kind of people you're dealing with. Personally, for me, I'm in Boston, so you could probably heard some things about Boston. Anyways, hey Matt, this is John with Crown Contractors. I saw you were just looking into a bathroom remodel. Tell me what's on your mind. Hey, I saw that you recently filled out some information about possibly looking at some different opportunities for getting a bathroom remodel. Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, when you saw the ad, what kind of sparked your interest? Oh, because you guys said, oh, yeah, then that's easy. Open the gates, just like that. Easy money. Control uncertainty, set the frame, right? Step 2 out of 5. Control uncertainty, set the frame. How do you make sure you are leading the conversion, not just reacting? You can control the pace. Don't let them steer the call, right? What's the best way to get them to open up? Open about what they actually want, right? Ask the right questions so they start selling themselves. If you guys know what I'm talking about right now, then you're a goat. But essentially, this is called NEPQ. If you want to learn how to sell and you like don't want to like buy anything that I'm offering, go search up Jeremy Minor, NEPQ, Neurological Emotional Persuasive Questioning, and go watch some of his videos. It's insane. I got a couple books of his, but no free promo. What's the best way to get them to open up about what they actually want? Yeah, okay, tongue twister. Ask the right questions, they start selling themselves. Yeah, just said that. How can you guide the conversion so they feel like they're being helped and not sold? People want to feel understood. And again, people buy from people they like and trust, right? They should feel understood, not pressured. If you get people to say, yes, right? That kind of reaction, that kind of vibe, you know you're doing something right. Okay? So perfect. Just so I can point you to the right direction, tell me what's got you thinking about the remodel in the first place. Right? Again, guys, you gotta like relanguage this to like how you speak, because you don't want to sound like an AI. Last thing you want to do is sound like ChatGPT to a client. See how that turns out. Discovery, uncovering their real motivation, right? Digging through all this stuff so you can actually uncover their pain points. How do you uncover the true reason that they're calling, not just that I want to remodel? What questions can you ask them to feel heard and get them actually excited? How can you naturally guide them into describing their dream outcome? Got it. So what's not working with your space right now? Why even get a new bathroom? Right? Just an example. Number 4 out of 5, handling hesitation, overcoming smoke screens. Right? So you're going to get a lot of people who say, you know what? I got to talk to my wife and then I'll call you guys back. But thank you for calling me back. This is all smoke screens. This means that something you said rose a wall within their mind and made them want to flee. That's that fight or flight reaction, right? And we don't do that. We don't want to trigger that. And this is how we actually fight that. Not fight it, but leverage it. What's the best way to prevent objections from coming up at all? We pre-handle objections before they even surface. That's the best way to overcome objection, is to not even have one, right? How do you respond if they start backing out without making them feel pressured? Guide them back into their real motivation, right? Offer solutions, offer perspectives. Hey, John, do you mind if I just offer you a perspective on that? Yeah. By the way, if you train with us, you are taught the 4 different personality types, A, B, C, and D, and how to deal with each one, whether it's you or the receptionist or the person who's delivering the quotes and actually selling, or if you have like a sales manager. Very, very cool stuff. What can you say that helps them realize this is worth moving forward? They should feel like they're making the right decision. Honestly, it shouldn't even really feel like a decision. It should feel like guided in a way. It should just flow, right? So that makes sense. What are the main things that you want to be sure before we meet? Or, it's a really good question you can ask. Yeah, I'm just curious, John, just so I could know, like, what would make this a no-brainer for you? Yo, that question, if you say it with the right tonality and verbal pacing, it's cooked. Locking in the appointment, making it easy, step 5 out of 5. How do you make booking the consultation feel like an easy, logical step? No pressure, just the next step in the process. That's it. You want it to be like just guiding. You want to be guiding them, guys. You're a guide, right? How do you word it so they don't feel trapped, but also don't put it off? Give them a clear reason to schedule now. Hey, look, I'm not going to try to sell you anything, man. I just want to make sure that you know how much it would cost. So when you are ready, at least you know how much it would cost and what we do and what your kitchen would look like with us. Yo, you could get off this video right now and take everything, and you could be very successful with all of these things, right? And by the way, these are all being implemented, and these are all prescribed from the Bible. So I want to take this moment. I want to say glory to God. Christ is King, right? So number 3, what final words can you say to leave them excited and committed to show up? Not hesitant, right? Obviously. Awesome, man. So let's set up a time for a quick consultation. I'll give you a free quote, and we can see if this is even the right choice for you right now at this moment. Does Monday at 4 work for you? Right? Be a leader again. Right? This is very important. So now I want to put it all together, right? If you're a client of mine, once again, then we would do this together, but take some time and do this for yourself. Authority-based reading, you want to insert it here. Setting the frame, insert it here. Uncovering their real motivation, insert it here. Handling hesitation, and then locking in the appointment. You want to have this all systemized, right? Now put it all together. Now this will be your offer, right? Guys, this is so important for you to understand this whole process here, okay? If you can actually sit down, right, within this 1 hour of this video that I'm recording and go through this and fill this out and make these diagrams within yourself, then you know what's going to happen? You're not going to compete anymore. When you launch an ad, you're going to be getting leads like crazy, right? And if you have AI that's like doing the pre-selling for you, it's over. These are all things that I set up for the people that I work with right now. I work with specifically for remodelers. Like those are my guys. Those are my guys. And personally, my goal, the reason why I even make these videos is so that you can actually implement this, make real money from this, get real results so that you can actually afford what I'm actually selling. With that being said, guys, have a blessed rest of your week, and we'll talk soon.